Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We're playing a Draconian Conjurer of Heplialcalcana, and in the last episode we have some goblin problems, I guess is the best way to describe it. Dungeon 3... Hello? Can I not click? Yeah, I can. Okay, I'm not sure what was wrong there. Dungeon 3 is a barren wasteland where no one should ever go, is my opinion right now. I guess the best approach is to come in through here and then head like southeast. Since we left the uniques kind of up to the north-ish. Can I get through this way? No. Egypt is up there. Let's run away from Egypt. Okay, let's try not to have to go back upstairs. Oh my god, there's this orc I forgot about. Jeepers creepers. Man, his armor is crazy. What is this? Yeah, okay, so we're losing the ossuary. Alright, I feel like if we can just get a bit lucky with this guy, we'll have some sort of chance. Maybe the thing to do is to use to memorize Iskenderun's. Oh, yeah, go get him now. While he's still hurt. No? Boy, it just seems like my dazzling spray has like no effect on him. No, we shouldn't mess around right now. We should just escape while we still can. This guy's fast, so we can't tolerate him hitting us forever. But if nothing else, it'll get us some distance from the orc since he's in the way. Jesus Christ, this place is a mess! How am I supposed to get out of here, man? Alright, I can hit two of them this way. Can I not? This is gonna hit International? I don't really understand. I don't think that that's how this targeter works. I suppose if it misses the leopard gecko, it might hit International. But I don't think that's very likely. And if it does hit her, she won't be mad because she's a divine ally, so it's fine. Okay, yeah, we got the monsters we wanted to get. Oh, there's Robin. Geez, we should be ready to go upstairs anyway. All right, see ya. And I forgot we found a glowing rapier, so let's see what that's all about. Yeah, no thanks. Okay. All right. So this staircase has Egypt. No, has Robin. This one has Egypt. And this one has at its other end that orc with the crazy trident. I feel like if we could just kill that orc, his weapon and perhaps, well, I guess not his armor since we can't wear it, but his weapon would make, I think, a pretty big difference in like just this character's overall power level. He seems to have a well-enchanted artifact electric trident, which like should do more. I would happily switch away from mostly conjuring to like mostly tabbing if I could find a weapon like that so early. So I really, like, I would love to go find that guy, but we just don't have the firepower to deal with him yet. Now that spellcasting is at 3, let's turn it off, and I think it's probably fine to work towards Fulminant Prism at this stage. Something like this, maybe? Okay, so Robin, we're getting more and more to the point where Robin is isolated. I think it may now just be her. Yeah, but International's about to go down, isn't she? Okay, so maybe we can, like, blind Robin? And then Dazzling Spray? And then, I should say Searing Ray. Yes, fired International. Yes. Alright, we got her. Whew. Alright, that's one of the big threats on Dungeon 3 taken care of. Egypt is starting to be less of a problem as well. I think we may have emptied her wand. Now let's make sure we're taking the right stairs, i.e. not these. Where's the third staircase down? Have we not seen it yet? We haven't. Alright, let's explore a bit. This floor is safer to explore now, and having a new way to enter the next floor will be quite valuable, I think. I'd like to see what's at this shop. Book of Frost. Okay, yeah, so Azukuba's armor does still exist. I have to, like, update my my mental database here. Okay. None of that is too exciting. Handbook of Confrontation. Has a couple bolt spells we could work our way up to, as well as Stone Arrow. Might be a better thing to work towards than Fulminant Prism, honestly. Yeah, maybe not. Book of Cantrips, Book of Necromancy. I do like Necromancy in general. You know, regen is good eventually, not so great early. Oh no, I wanted to look at this one. Okay, Lightning Bolt. So there's alright, here's this dang orc. There's a lot of conjuration spells to work towards anyway, that we have so far discovered. So that's useful to know about. So maybe if we get this guy blind first, International will have a chance to get in a couple more hits. Yeah. Oh my gosh, he just about wasted her in one shot there. Let's see. I really would love to get this trident. I know it's greedy, but I want to try it. Oh, wow, what a hit! I thought with that scale mail, we would never hit him in just one hit. I thought I might have to, like, recharge into a second ray. Alright, this is great. Gimme, gimme! Oh, +7 with int +4 as well. That's nuts! Okay, so we probably don't even really need to train to use this, although we probably should. I'm just thinking, like, I'm sort of at this moment committed to getting Fulminant Prism sort of going. So I don't want to switch to training the Trident right away. But I think it is well worth training eventually. For a weapon like that. Yeah, and here indeed was the ossuary. Just couldn't get to the other side of it. Like, look how far a path it was from, like, where we started. We have to go all the way around like this. And I was headed in the right direction, but, like, that orc, man. And you know what? Like, we finally killed the orc, and it was better than anything we were ever going to get from that ossuary. Oh, see ya. We had to work for it, that's for sure, and get lucky. Internationale is kind of hard to work with as a conjurer, isn't she? Um, she just keeps like getting in the way. Lightning courses through the Howler Monkey? Since when did they change how that prints? I don't remember seeing that at all. What? There used to be a sudden shower of sparks, right? Well, okay. That's cool, I guess. I guess I haven't seen an electric weapon since whenever that happened. Or certainly haven't used one. Let's head down here. So it's Dungeon 4, which means we are eligible to start seeing the Ecumenical Temple. Although we are by no means guaranteed to see it, and it looks like it won't be on this floor. I mean, it still could be. But it's probably not. There's just not a lot of places it would turn up. Alright, so let's go downstairs. I'm a lot more cheerful about how this game is looking than I was at the end of the last video. Just having found that 2 Livelon altars. All right. Having found that managed to kill that orc, and also like Robin is less of a concern now, but killing Robin made it easier to kill the orc. That guy needs a name, honestly. I should inscribe this thing actually, with like what was the name of that orc, right? He didn't have a name, but he really deserved one. I mean, Orcbane is like a lame name to give it, right? I don't know, man. We'll call it Bio's Wrath. There you go. I feel like it was such a big turning point that it deserves a little bit more than just being, you know, some random named weapon. I mean, it already has a name, but like, that was when the game gave it. I feel like it deserves a bit more significance than that. When did we get exactly, I gotta make sure that I don't like forget to upgrade my ancestor to a hexer or whatever when that happens. Will I take hexer, or is knight better? I don't really know. Hexer is, I think, regarded as generally the strongest, but is that true for all sorts of character? I don't really know. Certainly, you could imagine there would be some synergy with like with knight, who is best at soaking up damage when we're best at like dealing out damage, right? But you know, like hexer is best at making enemies stand still to accept damage, so who can say, really, right? Someone, I'm sure, can say, who has played more with... Sorry, Internationale. Who has played more Hepli Arcana, probably will know that, like, yes, hexer is still better even if you're a conjurer or something. I don't know, though. So to me, it is an interesting choice. Gray or black? Oh, pale. Boy, it says pale cyan gray. How am I supposed to know if that's a pale draconian, a gray draconian, or like... Okay, cyan sounded like lightning, because that's the color of lightning, but it's actually black draconians who breathe lightning, so... But like black is a kind of cyan gray, maybe? I don't know. So we got only plus aptitudes, fire, air, and and evocations. And we got sort of a mediocre breath, basically. No resists, right? Yeah. All right. Well, it could be worse. This gives us a little bit of direction into which spells to learn later in the game, perhaps. Pale Draconians, the Steam Breath is actually quite good in some ways, because it's good for breaking line of sight. Right, like that guy's mad, but he doesn't know who did it. I don't know. That probably was not very effective. He's just like wandering around now. Really, it's more of like, oh, I just killed him. Yeah, against early enemies with low, what am I saying? Low armor. Basically steam clouds do a fair amount of damage, but like it's very easily resisted by armor, I think. I don't know. Anyway, against early monsters, it seems pretty good. So I'm going to try putting a fulminant prism here. The centaur slept through it. Oh my gosh, don't wake him up. Alright, we got him. And let's just try to get him a bit closer with some steam breath. Ah, he's dead. Alright. Well, we made a lot of noise in that area. Let's get out of there. Alright, you heard me laugh though, right, when I used the fulminant prism. That's like one of the reasons to pick it, is that it's just so much fun, right? Like, oh, whoops, the orc priest is here and I didn't notice. It's fun to like trick monsters and blow them up, and a whole bomb goes off and they're like, oh man, you just did a bunch of damage to a monster. Like, it's fun. Is it the most powerful thing in the world? Not really, but it's okay. And it's fun to use, so sure, I'll take it. And it is one that is pretty strongly related to, I don't know if I really want to say that. I was going to say it like being able to use it effectively has a high skill cap. Like, you have to position the monster where you want it to be, know where it's going to be, influence where it's going to be so that it lands in the fulminant prism thing, but like none of those computations are terribly difficult. And so I think that I'm just sort of, if I were to say like, oh, you got to be very skilled to use fulminant prism well, and I use it well because I'm very skilled, like, yeah, I mean, sure, buddy. I think you're only fooling yourself on that one. It's like, it's okay. Skill certainly helps. I'm worried that the frog might come here, and then there won't really be a good place to land the prism. I would rather he came to like here, and then a prism spot would be over here. It would be quite good. So what I'm going to do is walk northeast so that won't be an issue. And now, a placement like this is certainly going to hit the frog, and certainly not going to hit me. It might hit International, but that's fine. Alright, well, looks like we fumbled on that one. No big deal. The trident is really quite a bit stronger anyway. Against monsters that we can stand to be in melee with. Alright, I think we'll leave the Ice Beast alone, and head downstairs, I guess? Anything I should be doing first? let's work on fighting a bit. I need some defense. There certainly is an argument to be made for training pole arms, or dodging. But I think fighting is pretty good with the draconian aptitudes, just like as opposed to dodging. It's 3 times as cheap right now as dodging, which is pretty good, so we should get at least 1 level in it. Dodging might be a little bit better, although I'm not sure. It's certainly not 3 times better right now. So it certainly is nice to have a trident to like reach over thing international. I hear people talk about this like it's this huge combo to have a pole arm. Like if you go Hepley Alcana, you must go pole arms. I think that that's obviously a big like overreaction, but it certainly is nice. Oh, we found it. Here's the sewer. Almost certainly, right? No? Maybe not. Well, we'll see what happens when we get another distance notification. Is this just like, yeah, it's still distant. Alright. Well, it was distant from like here. It's distant from here as well. So it could be over this way, but I can't really get that way now. I think this actually, no, we would have heard it not distant. It would have been much closer. Okay, so it's not this. Let's just try heading east, since that's a direction that we can head relatively easily. And poke around, maybe? Just sort of wandering in general. I don't have a clear direction yet, but actually that's green water, isn't it? That must be the sewer. Yeah, there it is. Mwah! Got him. But like, look at all the noise we made, right? I don't think you guys have seen the noise bar before. It's also new since my last game. Right here. Every turn it updates with like how much noise was made at your current location on the previous turn. So, you know, if you are a veteran crawl player, you more or less already know what makes a bunch of noise, so it's not like that important. But you know, if you're not, it can help, and it's a good reminder, even if you do know. Where are these orcs going? Come here. Got the wizard. Alright, I am not really convinced I should be messing with this orc warrior right now. We'll see how International does, but I suspect not well. Yeah, she's getting roasted. And he has plate armor. Like, I don't think another prism is really going to do much good. Let's just run away. That's the thing about, well, one of the problems with prism, I guess, is all the noise. I probably shouldn't have used it there against that sleeping guy just because he was asleep, so I was like, that should be awesome. But I think it was pretty greedy to do that. I've lost track of where that orc warrior actually is. Alright, so here should be fine. Oh, whoops, but I've gone past the stairs like an idiot. I'm kind of hopeful that we'll, like... Yeah, I should not use any more prisms. I should just go upstairs, let him hit me a couple times. Go find a new staircase. Now we know where the sewer is, we can circle back on it from the other side. Get out of here. And not have to deal with that orc warrior. And I should just not use as much fulminant prism. It's a big overreaction. Most stuff doesn't need that much damage dealt to it, and it's really causing trouble for me tactically by drawing more enemies in. Anyway, so this is the sewer where there's like, how many branches off are there? 8 branches off. And then each of them has like it forks into 2 paths. And each path has 2 monsters at the end, so there's like exactly 32 monsters in here basically, but you can fight them one at a time. Or sometimes 2 if you, I guess they don't all have a monster. Most of them do though. I think most of them do. Anyway, so this should not be much of a big deal. The biggest threat we're likely to see in here is a big kobold, basically. Maybe some like ball pythons and adders and so on, but one at a time. None of those are particularly dangerous. We'll just put a prism down right here. Alright, we woke up everything. I can't help myself, man. I gotta keep using prism. I think it's really a bad idea, but I gotta do it. It's so fun. Alright, nothing else up here. Yeah. And it's a very efficient, you know, amount of damage dealt divided by amount of mana used. MP, I should say. That's what Crawl calls it. But I don't really need that efficiency or that, like, spikiness right now. I just need to, like, eventually kill each monster. And there are very easy ways to do that without causing a bunch of noise. Like, for example, tab them. With International sort of playing tank for me, that's going pretty well. Okay, I think that's probably... How's my prism's like alright. 10% fail is okay, I think. I don't want to keep dumping skill points into that right now. Let's just work on pole arms. Like, this trident is not an endgame weapon by any means, but I think enough to see us at least through lair. And I'm happy to invest experience in making sure that that actually happens as opposed to dying early. I play a fairly hybrid style of pretty much any spellcaster. I don't like being reliant on my MP for everything. And I think it's bad play to do otherwise, but there are good players who do. I've talked about this in a number of videos. We don't have to go into it again, but I would rather have a weapon for most monsters and like spells as fallback, not as fallbacks, but as ways to deal extra damage to particularly troublesome threats. Look at International soloed it. She is the best agent for soloing, so not a surprise. Why does Dazzling... Ugh. I don't know. I couldn't get Dazzling Spray around International. So, I don't know. Hepliocalcana might not have been the best choice for a Conjurer. I'm fairly sure I have said that already this series. But it's still true. But, I mean, Hepliocalcana is just, like, generally quite strong. And if we picked a character that is not, like, perfectly synergistic with Hepliocalcana, oh well, we're still getting a lot of value out. Just gonna have to find some other way to make use of the abilities. Rather than, like... Anyway, that's... I think that we'll just have to position more carefully to try to avoid International getting in the way too much. Right, we're done exploring, right? No, there's another area up here? Yeah. But this is the last one, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so there were 4. Yeah, there are 8, all right. So 8 times 4 things that could spawn a monster, but not all of them do. Okay. Well, that's that. And it's been half an hour. I think that that's a fine time to end this episode. We got a big upgrade already, with the trident and so forth. And I think that this game is not guaranteed by any means, but moving in a good direction. So I look forward to seeing how this turns out, and I hope that you will join me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.